All right then. My name is Strike Alpha, and I am here today casting my friend's game, Father9. He's going to be playing Fiddlesticks on the red team with Yasuo, Udyr, Zed, and Lucian. They are going to be playing against Fiora, Camille, Talon, Misfortune, and Morgana. So it's shaping up to be an interesting match as it is. Pretty much looking at these two teams, and something I think that people aren't necessarily saying is that with the current meta, the age of the team composition seems to be pretty apparent. Yeah, it seems to be pretty apparent right now. Both teams are running a pretty pickish comp. Blue team's having Fiora, Camille, and Talon with Morgana, and red team essentially running a pickish composition with every single champion that they have. Oh, and looks like we might be getting some early action here. Oh, Fiddlesticks takes the first blow and backs out after taking a hit from both Morgana and Talon. Should be recalling, because it's not a good sign for Fiddlesticks to start off at 75% health. Although it doesn't look like that's what's happened. Fiddlesticks is a brave little scarecrow. But yeah, both teams are definitely running pick comps. The only champion who doesn't 100% match up with that idea would be Misfortune. She's going to be more effective in a team fighting composition, but she's not necessarily, oh my goodness, oh dear. She's not necessarily 100% out of place, just not ideal for this match, I would think. Just because there's too many people who could immediately run up to her. So with that, although it looks like Zed might have started the wrong skill. Although this looks like this might be a first blood for Zed. I don't think he's going to make it out, though. He is. Oh, man, that Ignite didn't have enough ticks. Meanwhile, up top, Yasuo seems to be pretty indifferent to what's going on. Now he's starting to actually attack people, but anyway. So the team compositions are kind of similar in terms of the fact that they're both picks, or it should be aiming for pick situations in order to get their win conditions a lot faster. But, whoa, Zed might have, whoa, okay, looks like Talon is essentially non-existent now, because 2 straight deaths within the course of 2 minutes is definitely going to put him behind Zed to the point where Zed will go in at a moment's notice to go ahead and kill him. In fact, Zed is level 3 and Talon's still level 1. If Zed can manage to heal up, he probably will go right back in. But anyway, I guess we should start talking about the lane matchups, considering so much is going on already. In the top lane, you have Fiora and Yasuo playing against each other, and it looks like there might be a kill in bot. Oh, the heal comes out. It wasn't enough. The heal came out for Misfortune, but it was not enough to get her out of that situation. Morgana's landing all of her Qs, but unfortunately, she's not really able to get too much more out of it. But yeah. Top lane matchup, Yasuo and Fiora, whoever gets fed first will win. Right now, Fiora is down a significant amount of farm. She's not necessarily in a horrible position, but that really is not a good sign for her. Plus, considering she's playing defensive by buying that Doran's shield, Yasuo doesn't really care about that because he's built the Doran's blade. It's not a good look for Fiora. She's trying to aim to get towards the mid game, but chances are she might not make it there. She doesn't have enough damage to dissuade Yasuo from going in on an all-in attack. And looks like Zed might... Oh, Zed's able to get the kill on Talon, even though Camille is there. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out this time, though. He actually is. Okay. Talon is definitely not in a good situation here. 3 deaths, 4 minutes. Zed's up, what, 15 CS now. And he's gonna go back, buy quite a few items. Oh wait, did he already go back? He already went back, so yeah, it's really not looking so great. But anyway, yeah, Fiora is gonna have to push, because right now she's not really in a great spot. Also, it looks like we got a ganking bot. I don't know if Fiddlesticks is gonna make it out. He is gonna go down. However, looks like Lucian is gonna be making up for a little bit of that. Taking down Camille and getting himself further ahead of the Misfortune. Not really sure why Misfortune didn't expect that, but hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna say Lucian with the flash, and I'm gonna say hits Misfortune with the Q, double taps her, and she's out. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this. Oh, and okay, Talon came down for the gank, but he was too slow, and Lucian was able to notice. Got a long walk back up, because right now Zed is probably going to be going for Talon, trying to intercept him on the way up, which is exactly what seems to be going on. They do spot Zed out, and now Talon is asking for help. However, he does not know that Zed is probably going to come around back, or he's just going to go ahead and do this. He's going to come on down, try and see if he can't get a pick. He does have ult right now, so he is going to be able to kind of go in and get out as fast as he possibly wants to. But instead, he looks like he's going to elect to go back towards mid. Udyr's going to follow behind him. But it looks like they're going to make a quick stop at Dragon, which is a pretty good move in my opinion, just because of the fact that an Ocean Drake would definitely help get everyone through the laning phase for the red team. This jungle matchup, essentially that comes down to whether or not the jungler is going to be able to act to try and get their lanes ahead. Camille has a really big job in front of her right now. She's tried to gank mid a few times, and Zed has been able to manage to get out of... Oh, and that's the end of Camille. And this might be the end of Talon. Oh, he is able to hop that wall and get out of a situation that definitely was not looking great. Udyr was coming through, and Zed was there too, and oh man, the crow's going back and forth. Anyway, Camille isn't necessarily showing enough pressure or presence. Oh, and this might be the end. Zed should be able to get out. She's not showing as much presence on the map as she should in terms of trying to make up the difference in terms of what's going on here. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and give that matchup to Udyr, even though he didn't necessarily do anything. Sometimes just being there is more than enough to win. That being said, next matchup is going to be mid, Talon versus Zed. We're seeing what's been happening with that matchup. Zed definitely has the advantage going in, and he's been showing it. Currently up 4-0 with 56 CS versus Talon's 37 CS. Red team's going to go ahead and get that first tower, and Yasuo might make it out. He is able to make it out. Good stuff on him. Camille, unfortunately, was unable to secure the kill for that gank. I'm going to say she has to make those work, otherwise it's pretty much going to be an impossible situation moving forward. Like, no one's going to be able to make it to the mid game in a safe manner. Oh, so it's going in. Oh, and the root by Morgana. I'm going to say that was smooth.
You lack
Camille, you gonna... Oh, yeah. Although Talon probably needed that, but at this point, it's probably not a good move. Zed has his Yo moves and boots, and is more than willing to just come through and pretty much cut a person. Okay, and then we got a fight up top. Looks like Yasuo and Fiora are going at it. Meanwhile, bot Udyr is trying to go after Morgana, but he's going to elect to back off once he gets hit with the Dark Binding. Talon and Zed. Like, I've had many people give me many different opinions on how they feel about Zed in general, and this might be actually the end of Zed. Oh, nope. He didn't attack anyone, so he didn't take turret aggro, so he's able to live and fight another day. But, yeah, the Talon versus Zed matchup, I think Talon needs a little bit of time to get online. Meanwhile, Zed doesn't really need all that much, and that's the end of Lucian. It's a good move on his part, but okay, I guess I called it too early. And yeah, that's the end of Lucian. I'm gonna say Fiddlesticks going after Talon, but not gonna really be able to do much. He was under the impression that people are gonna follow in Lucian, so that's why he ulted there. However, none of those people actually followed up. So that wasn't necessarily the greatest ult, but it did keep Talon from doing anything else after that. Here comes Zed again. He's going after people as quick as he possibly can, but he's not going to be able to get a kill. He's going to take quite a bit of turret damage and potentially back off. He has bought a Kindle Gem. We're going to have to see what he tries to turn that into, and this might be the end of Zed, and it is. Talon able to secure that kill finally on Zed, but Zed is not going down without a fight. He is able to get the kill on Camille. Lucian able to flash and get that kill on Talon. Question is, will they get that turret afterwards? Looks like they should be able to. And that is the end of that. Meanwhile, Misfortune is coming in trying to keep them from going any further, but that looks like that won't be happening. He's going to have to back out. Meanwhile, in top, Yasuo and Fiora are still going at it. Yasuo's lead in terms of CS has expanded to around 24. 25, 26. And this is a fight between Yasuo and Fiora, and it looks like this might be it for... Oh, and it looks like that is the end of Yasuo, and Udyr is going to be sure to follow. Udyr able to get that kill on Camille, but Talon's able to clean up the last little bit of Udyr to help Fiora start to move forward in terms of her lane phase. But yeah, so I gotta actually stop saying yeah. Anyway, this bot lane matchup got Lucian and Fiddlesticks versus Misfortune and Morgana. Seems like a pretty decent matchup. Oh, and we got a gank from Zed. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get the finishing blow, and he is able to get the finishing blow, but I don't think he's gonna make it out. Oh, and he comes through ults, and immediately after one shot, gets taken down by Misfortune, giving her first kill of this match. So, anyway, this bot lane matchup between Misfortune and Lucian, in all honesty, it favors Lucian. I'm going to say personally, I believe in the mobility of champions right now. Misfortune isn't necessarily in a great spot right now. Like I said, she tends to need a wall of something in front of her. And it looks like a bunch of people might be getting caught out. Meanwhile, Yasuo, I think, probably wants to put down a ward, but instead throws down the Rift Herald. And the Rift Herald, unfortunately, is not going to be too useful in terms of taking down that top tower. I'm going to say, I know that feeling. I get frustrated every time I get the Rift Herald because I want to put down wards, and then I notice all of a sudden I cannot put down wards because I have a giant eyeball. So that's unfortunate, but that is what happened. Anyway, So there's quite a bit of poke damage coming in from both sides of that matchup. Quite a little more kill potential. Oh, and that looks like that is the end of Zed. He got caught out, but he goes ahead, throws down that ult. He might be able to make it out, but I'm not sure. Oh, he is able to get the kill on Talon thanks to a Shadow Shuriken. And Lucian is probably not making it out of this alive. Gets jumped on by both Fiora and Camille, and that leads to a death for Fiora. She's definitely starting to catch up in terms of the difference between Yasuo. In fact, I think she probably bought a more expensive item, or she should have purchased a more expensive item. So, yeah, that's not a great sign for the red team, because once Fiora comes online, she becomes pretty difficult to manage, and you can't expect to make things as easy as you would have probably expected when there's a Fiora on the team, or Fiora on the map. And it looks like we got a pick. Miss Fortune was running between towers. She's able to flash out. Meanwhile, the rest of the blue team is on their way here, and it looks like Yasuo is going to be the first one to go down. Camille gets that kill on Yasuo. So Udi is running for his life right now, trying his best to get out of that situation. However, Zed, in an effort to try and make something out of a frustrating situation for the Yasuo and the Udyr, went ahead and went after mid. However, it looks like Zed is still playing around, trying to figure out what he can necessarily do in terms of fighting these guys or get out of the situation. Considering about 3 people came up specifically for him, that kind of makes sense. Meanwhile, Zed went ahead, went top. Now everyone's going around, but it looks like they're going to go, or red team's going to go and get that top outer tower. Right now, red team is up 3 towers, so they successfully destroyed all 3 of the outer towers of the blue team. Blue team still doesn't really have any objectives right now, so they're going to have to figure something out, and it looks like that might be the end of Morgana. And there's a crow, and that is a meteor, but meteor was unnecessary as the crow is able to take down Morgana. Meanwhile, Talon is trying to run for his life, and he gets hit with silence, but he should be able to make it out after making that jump. And I'm not really sure why Lucian immediately ulted like that. That might come back to bite him a little bit later, but we will see. And here comes Zed going after Talon, and that is the end of Talon. That was so fast. And that is the, oh, and nice flash by Lucian, gets out of that last tick of bullet time that would have killed him. Meanwhile, on bot, both Yasuo and Zed are working hard to get rid of that tower. But yeah, thanks to, oh, and we got an ult by Camille. She did it a little too close to the tower, and she unfortunately goes down thanks to the turret, Udyr, and Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks is going after this Miss Fortune, and I'm pretty sure she's not making it out. Ah! So Fiddlesticks going ahead and taking that kill. It's a good thing that they are giving him some of those kills and some ability to earn money. He will be the only AP damage source on the team. And this might be the end of Talon, and it is, but not before he takes out Udyr. But yeah, Fiddlesticks is the only AP damage source, and wow, Fiora comes and immediately blows up Lucian, or not Lucian, Yasuo, and able to get out after taking a bit of a beating. But yeah, Fiddlesticks is going to be pretty much their only AP damage. If he gets caught out and if he goes down like that, it becomes incredibly easy for the blue team to just buy enough armor to essentially negate the majority of the red team's damage. Zed is building armor or armor pen, armor shred kind of too. But it's not going to be enough. He does have a little bit of lethality as well, thanks to the Yomus. But again, it's going to take a little bit more than that to make something come from this situation. It's going to take a little bit more than that to overcome a potential armor build out by the blue team. Zed's going in. He's going after Camille. I'm not really sure why he did that, but he should probably make it out. And the shadows are working. Meanwhile, Zed is going to get pinned down by the Morgana. With that dark binding. Meanwhile, up top, Udi is able to get the kill on Talon, but meanwhile, up top, we got Yasuo running for his life from Fiora almost. And here comes Fiddlesticks. He goes ahead, throws down that ult, and now Miss Fortune pretty much stuck out. She's not making it out. Now, Fiddlesticks going after Morgana. Meanwhile, Udyr is going to try and take this Earth Dragon. He is going to be able to take that Earth Dragon and give a third dragon over to the red team as a result. So, at this point, let's go ahead and do a quick summary of like the stats right now. Red team is currently up 6 kills, and they are currently up around, let's say around 6k gold. Red team is up 4 towers to none. So there's quite a bit of chance for the blue team to make a comeback. However, if they go into panic mode every time they see Zed, that's definitely not going to help their situation out, I think. And here comes Zed. He's going in with the Yomus. I don't know if this is necessarily a good move on his part, but he's really kill hungry. And the dash out, or the shadow clone out, or shadow substitute out, something. But unfortunately, Camille is ready and waiting for him and able to make him kind of regret that really quick. So now the question is, what else is the red team going to be able to take while blue team is focusing down this mid tower? I don't know, but I'll say while the red team still keeps pushing. Meanwhile, it looks like Udyr and Fiddlesticks are going in. That should be it for Camille. It is it for Camille. Meanwhile, Yasuo is going in. He's trying to get the kills himself. And he is able to actually get the kill on Talon. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks able to get the double kills, take Camille down, and now he's taking Miss Fortune down. And one Dark Binding is enough to go ahead and kill this Yasuo. However, Lucian is able to get the top inhib tower. Meanwhile, in mid, Fiddlesticks and Udyr are going after this tower next. Not great for the blue team. They're getting picked apart in terms of their base, and there isn't very much they can do about that. Every time Zed hits that Yomus, everyone immediately runs away, backs off. They know what's about to happen. He's about to try and 0 to 100 them as fast as he possibly can. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks trying to run out. Camille able to catch him before he gets out of the base. Now Lucian's running for his life, trying to escape the Talon, but it's not going to happen. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks trying to activate the Zanya to buy more time for his team to make it over to him. Fiora's not going to allow that to happen, gets that kill, and moves on. At this point, I think blue team needs to go for Baron. If they're able to actually secure this Baron, they should be in a position to try and stage a comeback, or at least be able to work defensively. And that is the end of Miss Fortune. Say again, he's trying to 0 to 100 everything he sees. So meanwhile, Miss Morgana is trying to run from that situation. Zed goes ahead, flashes to try and catch up. Now he's in a fight with Camille. I don't know if Camille necessarily wants these problems, but now that she has her friends Fiora and Morgana with her, she wants all those problems, and she takes care of those problems. So now it's pretty much just a matter of time before someone makes that first move towards Baron. I fully expect the red team to do it. If the blue team is of the same mind, they should try and push out a few of these lanes. And that's quite a bit of damage going in on Yasuo thanks to the Talon combo. However, Talon is out of mana, so it's pretty much like he has to back off right now. Full retreat. And there we go. Looks like we got red team going for this Baron finally. Camille is on her way up, it looks like, to potentially try and stop this. Unfortunately, Udyr is on the wrong side of the map. I don't necessarily know why he's where he is. It's not a great sign. Got a million pings telling people to come up towards Baron. And it looks like red team goes ahead and barons that Baron push. Not really sure what's going on with Fiora either, for that matter. Oh, and Talon quick bursts out Lucian. Not a good move by the red team. Udyr gets caught out, and he's kind of in a bad position. Meanwhile, Fiddlesticks went ahead, tried to do something about it. Talon able to get the kill on Yasuo. Now Fiddlesticks is running for his life. If anyone is able to actually come up there like Zed or Lucian, this might be a quick cleanup. However, it looks like Udyr is playing the stop the ports situation, where right now super minions are coming in on the blue team base. Blue team is doing everything it can to stop. The red team's doing everything it can to stop the retreat of the blue team. And that might be it for Udyr. Oh, and that is it for Udyr. Minions were able to push off the red guy, or red super minions. The problem with that though is it looks like it took quite a bit of effort from all three of the minion lines. So right now there's uninhibited waves of red minions coming in through to the blue team's base. Not great in terms of what's going on right now. Blue team's going to be needing to push for quite some time in order to actually make up this deficit, or at least put the lanes back in a more positive position for themselves. Meanwhile, looks like Yasuo is going to be going after this Earth Dragon. And he should be able to get it pretty easily, considering no one else is really in the area. With that, that's 2 Earth Drakes. They should actually be able to take Baron pretty quickly now. But it's just a matter of whether or not they actually decide to do that. Oh man, that theft. I'm gonna say 1 Yasuo stab. Alright, now that Udyr is joining the red team in terms of making their Baron effort done, or making their Baron effort complete, this is an easy Baron buff going over to the red team. At this point, blue team has no choice but to try and turtle. If they do anything else, it's probably just going to end in sadness, but we will find out. So something at this point. Oh, and Talon's gonna go ahead and jump over that wall. Great wind wall by Yasuo, keeps that dark binding from landing. Meanwhile, it looks like the red team's gonna be trying to figure out a way to move in on those inhibitors. Meanwhile, Yasuo dashes in. Camille goes in on Udyr. She gets stunned up by Udyr, and now Talon goes and makes a beeline straight for Lucian. He gets the kill. Meanwhile, Udyr is trying to get out of a bad situation. Zed is off to the side. He did activate Yomu's. He could go ahead and pop his ult and see if he can go ahead and take down an ADC. However, and he does go ahead and pop it. I'm gonna say Zed's gonna go down to the Fiora ult, and it looks like 2 inhibs are gonna be going down for the blue team. That was a 2-3 fight in favor of the blue team. However, they lost way more property than the red team did in the least bit. Right now, it is almost a 10k gold advantage. It's, actually, let's be honest. It's around a 9k gold advantage. 9.5k. It's not 10 necessarily, but at this point, it's getting pretty close. That said, blue team has to get more picks, but they can't get those picks at the cost of their base. They don't really have too much leeway in terms of allowing minions to kind of roam around right now, just because all of the The inhibs in top and mid are gone, and bottom is, while that tower's at full health, that doesn't necessarily mean all that much considering Lucian, Fiddlesticks, and Udyr are all pushing that lane right now. So blue team needs to show a bit of a concerted effort in terms of trying to make this comeback. However, I'm questioning whether or not it is going to happen. But if they're able to get picks like that, that actually should help. And here comes Fiddlesticks with the ult. I don't know if that was necessarily a good move on his part. He wasn't able to catch the entire team like he wanted to, but he was able to throw quite a bit of damage down. Now Yasuo is in a fight with Fiora by himself. Not really a great sign. And that is it for Yasuo. Fiora gets that kill. But at what cost? It looks like the last inhib for the blue team is going to be going down. You say blue team in a frantic position right now, trying to stop the superpowered Baron super minions who are empowered with Baron buff from going in. But this looks like this is it. It's a good game, blue team, but it looks like red team was a little stronger. Well, a lot stronger. I actually have to rephrase that. But anyway, that was a great game. Zed's work early on to kind of slow down the Talon to the point where he couldn't immediately burst out champions was great. Udyr able to finally get some maneuvering around, getting some kills, and trying to build some more advantages around his team. Almost essentially got a Flame Horizon situation against his opponent, Camille. Camille tried to do her part, but it just seemed like nothing was working out, especially when she was doing her ganks. Had at least 3 opportunities to get kills, but was unable to secure any of them. And as for the ADC matchup, I had a feeling Lucian was going to win just because of his mobility and able to kind of get out of sticky situations. He only died one less time than Misfortune, but during his time of being alive, he definitely had quite a bit of impact on how the game was moving. That said, I will go ahead and sign off. Again, I want to thank my friend Father9 for allowing me to cast their game. Again, my name is Strike Alpha. I'm going to stop saying so many times, and I will see you guys next time. But seriously, have a great day, you all.